All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the podcast. I'm Steven Rogers.
I'm Andrew Chavone. Hello, everyone. Steve, you might need to turn down your mic just a little bit.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Shirt.
Holy shirt.
Holy shirt.
I'm down to 6 now.
Oh, perfect. Okay, me too.
Great. I'll just start over.
No, go. Keep going.
Oh, okay. Hi, everybody. We're here. Welcome back to the pod. Good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you, man. Yeah, we have a special announcement for everybody. Do you want to say it, Steve, or?
Sure. As of we don't have an end date for it, but we are going to. This is the last episode for a little while. We are going to take a hiatus on the podcast.
Yeah, sorry, everybody. It just got to be too much, and the Patreons, we weren't even able to get the July episodes out, so we refunded everybody. Everyone gets their money back, except for the people who just joined, Brenda and Rebecca, because it won't let me, because I guess he only paid for, this is the only month. So,
well, hopefully we can get them all the links to all the other stuff.
Yeah, they'll all be on there. Yeah. And
Yeah.
the payments for August are suspended. So you all have free reign of the Patreon for a month.
Right.
But I don't think anyone new can join. But you all made it in.
We really appreciate everyone that listens, everyone that shares, all the nice messages and comments and reviews. It means a lot. We're just taking a unspecified amount of time break, so I can't say when we will come back or when, but we're just taking a sabbatical, everyone.
Yeah, for now, everybody, so much thanks goes out to you all. I mean, we've been doing this for what, 3 years, 4 years?
3 years.
3 years, yeah. So, I mean, this podcast helped me get through the pandemic. It was the only thing I had going on.
Likewise.
The bonus episodes, the live shows. And it helped me get through 2 breakups. And you got to see, I started therapy with the podcast, like literally the same day. So we all got to grow together, and a lot of the listeners, I mean, we have a weird, intimate relationship with everybody. I think most podcasts don't have. So
yeah,
we know all of our listeners, but
it was
a lot of people have grown too.
It was a hard decision we had to make because we love all of you, and we certainly don't want to stop interacting with all of you. So please don't shy away from that. But this is a mental health podcast, so we had to take a mental health break and really just subscribe to the things we've been saying.
So So subscribe to our YouTube, and we'll keep posting content on our other stuff.
Yeah. With that out of the way, let's have a regular old fashioned riff pod, and not treat this one any different.
Okay, yeah, we'll go out with a bang, everybody.
Yeah,
I got a story right off the gate.
I'm excited.
So I just came back from Iowa. It's the first time I'm telling this story. Came back from Iowa, plane, of course, leaves at 5. Or no, we had to leave the hotel at 5. I wake up at 5. I get my stuff together. I had packed it all the previous night.
This is the come home.
Yeah, this come home today. And Emma, her phone died. So I had to run downstairs, call the front desk. They made the front desk call, banged on the door. We were able to get out just in time before the Uber was about to leave. Thank God the Uber guy was 75 years old. This
has happened every time you've worked with her. She's waking up.
Not every time, but a couple times. And I feel like I'm like her bouncer or something. I'm like her security.
You're her handler.
Let's get going.
Yeah. You got to get the little squirt bottle and wake her up.
Yeah, right. I gotta stay in the room with her next time. I gotta stay in the room and just sit by the window, when the mafia is doing hiding out from the cops. I just gotta sit by the window and look at the clock and be like, all right, let's get out of here.
Oh man, you got to do sleep deprivation torture to her the night before a flight.
Well, I think it's my fault too, because she asked if I told her I was going to take some Benadryl to fall asleep on Friday, but I wasn't going to do that on Saturday because, that thing is powerful.
Yeah.
And I gave her extra. She took some.
She took some on Saturday.
Yeah, that stuff, man, will just take you to another dimension of sleep.
I didn't know that it did that. This is long before the Cosby scandal. My girlfriend,
Benadryl? He Cosby
I
used
did,
Benadryl?
I think so,
Oh, okay. Oh my God.
or at least I remember there being jokes about it as if he did, but maybe I don't
Oh,
know.
okay.
I had no idea that it had that effect on people, and my ex uh, had like some bug bite or some allergic reaction, and I gave her. I was like, "Oh, take this. It works wonders on when I had like a bite or something." And she slept for like 8 hours. I was like, "What the hell did I give her?" I had to keep checking if she was breathing. I was like, what?
You had to check. You had to check the bottle. Does it have like a fraternity logo on it? And like,
Yeah,
where is this stuff?
it came with a cloak and a paddle, but I didn't know if that had anything.
It's Bill Cosby brand allergy pills.
Yeah, because as you're falling asleep, it sounds like oh,
Oh no.
no, 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 no.
So yeah, I'm still frazzled, but so okay, so then on Saturday, these hotels are like in the middle of nowhere, Iowa, but I'm like, I woke up, my phone's dead on Saturday. I'm like, I'm gonna charge it and just walk around Iowa. It's a beautiful day, and I'm gonna find some
Yeah.
coffee. So of course I
Oh
leave the
boy.
hotel. What? What did you say?
World famous Iowa coffee.
Yeah, right. There, yeah, in the ranking of coffee, it's like Colombia, France, and Iowa, Des Moines.
Do you guys carry Des Moines brews?
So I just walk, literally walking for an hour, and I just stumble across a mall, and I'm like, there's got to be
Mhm.
coffee in there. I wander around the mall, finally find a Starbucks in like the back of the mall. I get it. I walk back, and I get to the hotel. I see the hotel, and then I see where if I made a right when I left the hotel, and I turn and I see if I made a left, and there's a Starbucks right on the corner. And I start like cursing to myself and freaking out that there was a Starbucks right there, because I literally walked
Right.
for like an hour and a half.
Right.
And as I'm freaking out, I don't notice that there's a curb like right in front of me, and I just go
Oh
down.
no. You
I,
fell?
I fell on the sidewalk. I literally, there was like the sidewalk is elevated a little bit, and I fell, and I hurt my
Oh my
I'm all
god.
banged up. I hurt
Oh my god.
my knees scraped. I was like a kid off a bike. I just me
Oh
falling.
my god.
It happens
Andrew.
when you're in your 30s. You fall down. It's like the world's over.
Andrew. Oh my god, that
And the
fall.
coffee went everywhere.
Did you
I was
burn
like halfway
yourself
done with it.
too?
What?
Did you burn yourself?
No, it was iced coffee, luckily.
Oh,
But like,
you
went all
needed the
over.
ice for the for those wounds.
Right. Yeah. Pick that up, put it right on my knee.
Andrew, that looks nasty.
It was horrible. It was horrible. And it
Oh
looked way
man.
worse. This is like a day of healing. Oh my
Wow.
God.
I gotta tell you, that's like that Ryan Hamilton bit. You had your first old fall.
Well, didn't he get hit by a bus?
No, that's I mean he did, but
Oh,
on his Tonight Show, he had that bit about his adult fall. It's when you have a regular fall as an adult, that's like the sign of becoming an older
oh,
person.
it's true. Yeah. I mean, it all happened in slow motion. And I think what messed me up is I'm holding the coffee. So I'm like thinking in my head, like, how can I save this coffee that I walked so far? So
Not your own
as I'm
body. Not your body.
thinking as I'm going down, how can I save this? And I'm literally like fall, just collapse. I'm not even protecting myself at all. And of course, the coffee spills
Uh,
anyway.
did you? I mean, you had to have made your classic noise. Did you make your noise when you fell?
Probably, yeah,
Oh,
I definitely did. Oh man, it was so bad. It was literally like,
are you okay? Do you feel okay?
Thanks for asking. That's the biggest fear is when you fall, when
Yeah,
you're old and your insurance is bad, you're like, oh
right.
God, am I gonna have to go to the hospital?
Yeah. I mean, you're carrying, I mean, you're not moving, but you're carrying yourself right now as if you feel okay. So I'm assuming you feel okay.
Yeah, I was able to walk you know, my knee was like hurt a little bit. I was limping a
Sure.
little bit yesterday, but now it's like fine. And
Did you do bits about it on stage?
no, I got in the car and the driver manager was like, "What'd you do today?" And I was like, "Well, I walked around and then I kind of fell." And she just laughed and then didn't ask me any follow-up questions. Maybe she thought I was
Wow.
doing a bit or something.
I mean, maybe. Did you wear short sleeves on stage?
No, I wore long sleeves. I didn't want to
Okay.
like talk about it. Yeah, because it's pretty obvious. But I think like now my sweatshirt has blood on it. I literally got home. I laid on the couch. I had this whole day planned, and I just was I was like literally in shock. I just sat around from I think 12 to like showtime 6. I didn't do anything. I was just literally on the couch, and then I got up, and there was blood all over the couch. Oh man, what a bummer.
Oh, Andrew.
Yeah, it
Oh
was a mess.
man.
It was a mess, and literally so avoidable.
Very avoidable, but you were frustrated.
I
So
was frustrated right at the same time. There was a drop off. Oh my god.
what's funny is because you were mad about the Starbucks, you made the noise and curses that usually people have after their fall, but you did it before.
Yeah, that's true. I did everything in reverse. Yeah. I definitely said
Oh
star
man.
F word.
Oh boy. Is your shoulder, I mean your elbow sore? Are you
Elbow, yeah, elbow banged up here, but the knee was the thing I was worried about. I don't care about the arm.
Sure, sure.
The
You got
knee, I
another
was
one.
like, as I said on the
Yeah.
Sean Murphy pod, that thing sensitive with, but it's okay so far.
Oh, well, I'm glad.
Yeah,
Wow.
thanks, man. And I literally, get on stage and I can't, I'm not moving. I'm
You using the mic stand as a crutch?
yeah, I get walk off stage with the mic stand. Thanks for the time, everybody.
It looked like you were climbing a mountain. Wow.
Yeah, so man, falling is scary and oh my god. When you're a kid, you just jump right off. Like literally, I've skateboarded, fell off
Oh
bikes,
yeah.
fell out of a car, maybe, but
but we're only getting closer to the age that's a cause of death.
yeah, really, I know. They call them eggshell
Re-
plaintiffs.
Egg.
Like people who are so old, if they fall, they just
Oh.
crack open.
And that's no yoke.
No, no, it's yeah, they get scrambled.
Yoko Ono.
Yoko, Yoko Loco.
Wow. Well, I'm glad you're okay, buddy.
Thanks, man.
Man, that's
And
scary.
let me just shout out. I just remembered one quick thing at Chicago. Malls came out Friday, and then Saturday, this guy Doug came. Big listener. He heard us on Joe List, and he was so nice. And he brought his wife or girlfriend, and I retweeted the picture on the account. But he came up to me after the show, and Emma's meeting a lot of people, and I'm just by
Yeah.
myself. And he comes up and goes, Andrew, I listened to the pod, and I went, "Oh my god!" And his wife caught the perfect moment where I freaking out.
Oh, that's so cool. Oh man, that's amazing.
Yeah, so thanks, Doug, for coming out.
And Iowa's a good town, man. A lot of good. I know that was Chicago, but Iowa. Did you have people come up to you? Did they get their T-shirts?
Oh yeah, I I bought 100, like I said, 135 or something. I only have like 25 left. So
Man.
Iowa bought a lot, and they got mad that I was selling out. They're like, "You said you
Right.
had these on stage," and I'm like, "I know, but you should have came out earlier. They all sold out." Like, well,
That's so cool.
yeah. So I was really cool, and shout out to them. So
Man.
yeah, let me. I was gonna pull up that Doug guy, but to make sure I got his name right.
Of course.
But let's talk about your weekend because you were local and you with
Local Yoko.
Panicker Brian Regan.
Our first guest, our first repeat guest, good friend of the pod, Brian. I was with him in Chester, New York, and then Huntington, Long Island.
I know Huntington. I don't know Chester though.
Yeah, he wasn't there, but there was a lot of
Chester A. Arthur.
Went out to Chester. It's like a old theater. It's a lot of wood in there, and
oh wow,
it was a really
theater.
Yeah, like it looked like an old church, like inside with the wood beams across and stuff.
Oh my gosh,
it was a really beautiful room, and
is it the same size as all the other ones?
No, it's like 700 seats.
Oh wow, so that's how they got the wood stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, and just real quick, Doug Keeley on Twitter.
Oh, I recognize that name. Yeah, Doug. At least he's liked and responded to stuff of ours before, I think.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Doug.
What? Are you're cutting off? Maybe it's me.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I got you back.
Okay.
It was me. It said my.
It was like liar, liar when he leaves the elevator. It was me.
Oh, the farting.
Yeah.
That's the only Jim Carrey movie I haven't rewatched since I was a kid.
Oh my God. We're watching it. You're coming out.
You think it holds up still?
1,000%.
Oh, really?
We're gonna get you, me, and Joe. We're gonna watch it.
Oh wow. Okay.
But went out to Chester, and it's the first time I've kind of opened for Brian locally, but still had to travel. So I drove to Chester, and only an hour and a half. Get there, do the hang in the green room. Brian shows up. We're chatting, do the show, and they were good. It was like rural New York.
Yeah, I know that.
So there was some reference, like not even references. There were some jokes where I had to wait longer, and I was like, "Oh man, an hour and a half makes a difference." And he has a great set, and then it was interesting. We didn't know what to like. There was still a hang, but we didn't know what. I could tell everyone else was like trying to feel the vibe if I wanted to hang out or if I wanted to get back home or not.
Oh yeah.
So it was this weird element of are you cool to keep hanging out with us? And I had to like find a professional way to be like, I've been waiting to hang out with you guys for weeks.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah. You're not like an old man, you know.
I know. I didn't know how to be like, I missed you guys. I'm so excited to see you. And we ended up having a good hang. We're sitting there. We had dinner in the green room after the show, chatting and stuff. And Brian is just a joke machine.
Yeah.
Because we were talking about my cats, and I'm just talking, and I go, man, I love them so much. If this is what I'm like with cats, I can't imagine what I'll be like with kids. And he goes, I know what you'll be like with your kids. And he goes, get out of here. I'm playing with the cats.
Oh man,
I was like, holy hell, you just wrote a joke. And
yeah, I did not see that coming at all. I was expecting a litter box joke or
yeah,
but that's what I would say. Not
but that's what I was going to, was something cat related, or and it was so funny. I've already stolen it. He gave it to me,
Oh,
and
nice.
uh, really fun hang. Then we do Huntington, and
Yeah, that's
I
like an hour east, right? In Long Island.
yeah, on Long Island. So I
That place, by the way, is so cool. I've seen bands there, and it's like a strip of like cool bars. Like, I,
the street was crazy.
yeah, it's like it's like indescribable or something. I don't know.
If you guys ever make a trip to New York or live in the New York area, go to the Paramount in Huntington. It is truly an amazing room. And they kept as much original stuff as they could. So there's old brick and all this like old metal and stuff. It's just really cool looking. And I invited Ben Katzner, Alon Altman, Sam Evans, and my feature act from Go Bananas was visiting New York,
Oh my gosh.
Zach Wyckoff. So I invited him,
Oh, cool.
and we and Marcus Monroe also came out. Very funny comedian.
Did you all drive together?
So I wanted to go out for drinks after, so I didn't drive, and nobody else did. And we took the LIRR.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I forgot that goes there.
So here's the big anxious moment: is we get on the train, and they're all very excited. Like none of them have seen him live before
Oh, cool.
or met him or anything, and they're all doing bits in the train, and I hear a guy, but not like loud, they're not being obnoxious, but they're all joking around, and I hear somewhere on the train, I just keep hearing shh. And at first I'm like, was that a, and then they go back to doing bits, and I'm like immediately tensing up, and then I hear shh, and I'm like, oh, guys, please stop talking. There's someone shushing us.
Oh, because you're being so loud.
They're being, I'm sitting there quiet, but I'm in this mass of loud people.
Oh, my anxiety's like, oh, the Brian Regan's there on the train. Like my worst case scenario.
What did you picture?
Him going, standing up and turning around and shushing you guys. I don't know. Like, because he's modest, like,
Right. Please.
stop doing my bits. You'll see him soon.
Yeah, yeah. So we get to the town, and we go to taco place before, and I forget, when I took you, this none of this happened. Like, I don't know, maybe you didn't ask me a lot of questions, or I don't know, but they kept asking me questions like what it was going to be like. They're like, so is there going to be food? Is it going to be like this? Is it going to be like that? And I'm like, I don't know. It's just a show. It's just a comedy show. And they asked the dress code like before.
Yeah,
And
it's on the website. Yeah.
and I'm like trying to do that, and I don't regret doing it, but I was like, I'm just trying to bring all these guys to see him for the first time, but I didn't expect all these questions, so it made me like extra like anxious going into the show.
Well, the questions are just something that isn't relevant, that you wouldn't know. Like if they're
I
food at
know.
the theater, why would you know that?
And I eventually we get there, and somebody says something, and I'm like, I'm just the opener. You're asking me if there's a turkey, like a Thanksgiving turkey there. You're asking me if you got to wear a tie. I'm like, I don't know any of this stuff.
Yeah,
And
ask me what I'm opening with, and
you know what was hilarious was the day before they text me like, "What's the dress code?" I'm like, "This is what I'm wearing." And then I get to the train station to meet them all. They're all wearing pretty much exactly what I said I'm wearing, just variations of it.
dress up clothes.
I said I'm going to be wearing a short sleeve dress shirt that's going to have a print on it, and I'm gonna have because I wanted them to stop ask. I didn't want them to ask a million questions, and I'm like, I'm wearing sneakers, khaki pants, and a short sleeve dress shirt. And then I get there, they're all
Oh.
wearing short sleeve dress shirts,
Khakis.
khaki pants, and sneakers.
Have they not been to like a
I think it's just
theater?
it's crazy to meet him, and they knew that they were going to hang out with him, so I
Oh,
think
so the
they
dress
were.
code for hanging out with him.
I think
Oh, okay.
so. Uh, so then we do the show. Oh, huge uh thing was go backstage, and Bill O'Reilly was there.
Whoa.
So Bill O'Reilly used to work with Eric, the tour manager, for years,
Oh my God.
and is a huge fan of Brian's.
Oh my
So
God. And he lives in
Eric,
Long Island. He lives
and
like
he
in
lives in Long
Manhasset.
Island. So he set it. Eric set it up so Brian could come back. I mean, so
Bill.
Bill could come back and meet Brian. So I come into the green room, and there's just this guy, this super tall guy, standing there with two books in his hand, and I'm like, "Oh my God, that's Bill O'Reilly!"
What? They're the books.
Is his books? He gave
Oh.
a book to Brian as a gift,
Oh, that's
and
awesome.
somebody else. And Ed, the tour bus driver, is like a huge Bill O'Reilly fan because he was in the military and all this stuff. So he's like sweating meeting Bill O'Reilly. It looked like you and Doug meeting, and it was so fun. And then Eric was so nice to introduce me. He because sometimes when like famous people come backstage, even if you like know who they are or like their stuff or not, you still want to be like, hey, how are you? But
Yeah.
they don't care who the opener is. But Eric's so nice. He's like, this is Steven. And I go to shake Bill O'Reilly's hand, and I went out too far before I realized he does the fist.
Oh, he's doing a fist. Oh man.
I just grazed his fist with my hand,
Oh
like along
God.
the side.
I've done that a million times.
I got all riled up, and
Yeah. You weren't in his doesn't he have one called the O'Reilly zone or something? The no spin zone. You weren't
the
in
no
his spin zone.
I was spinning after, and so we and then we do the show, and I get on stage. Amazing room, amazing crowd, and there's like the box seats on the upper level. I look up to look at the balcony, and Bill O'Reilly's like in the owner's box,
Mm.
and he's in the light, so I can see him my entire set.
Oh my God. Is he laughing at all or
I
smiling?
can't tell like if he's laughing, but he's smiling,
Oh, that's good.
and I'm like, okay, that's nice. But I'm like, I every time I look at the side of the room, I can just see Bill O'Reilly staring.
Glowing.
So I kept looking at the other side of the room. I was like, I can't do this. Um, and then do the show, bring the comedians backstage, and it was a really fun hang. We had a
Did
really
Bill
good time.
come? Did Bill come back?
No, he didn't come
Oh,
to
he
the
was just there
hang.
for the beginning.
Thank God he didn't come to the hang. I wouldn't have been able to deal with my comedian friends and Bill O'Reilly and Brian Regan in the same room. I think I would have had to leave.
What was his confidence, charisma? What would you say in person?
Bill O'Reilly?
Yeah.
Uh I he seemed there was no charisma. He
Oh,
was
okay.
just a guy.
Because when I met Brian Williams, he had like
Oh, that's right.
he was like magnetic, and when he
No, he repelled me. But he also didn't care about me as at all. So
that's true. He didn't have a book for you.
yeah, and I wouldn't have had any. I don't know any of his work, so I wouldn't have been. I only know one thing about him, and I can't bring that up. So
Yeah, he got fired from Fox News.
yeah. So I don't know what to talk to him about. Uh, so it worked out, but uh, then we go to the hang, and the Paramount has this really cool bar underneath it
Oh
that
wow.
has all these secret rooms.
Oh wow.
So they have the bookcase that where you push on it, it turns, and now
What?
you're in another room. Yes,
Oh my God.
and they have
What?
a
That's crazy.
they have like a confessional booth, and you go in the confessional booth. If you push on the wall, you're in a dining room that's private. And
Is that where you
uh
ate?
so last night we do another show, and this made me more anxious. Rory Rosegarden, Brian's manager, Ray Romano's manager, he
Will
comes to
Julian's manager.
Will Julian's manager. You saved the most popular for last. And uh uh I got starstruck. I'm like, oh my god, you're Will Julian's manager.
Oh man, can you introduce me?
Yeah, can I meet him? um so we do they Rory comes back. Jamadi, who's Rory's assistant, comes, and we're all in the green room, we're all chatting. Rory's like, hey, how you doing, how's it going? And I'm like, things are good. Just it was hard to I have nothing going on, so I was
Well,
like,
you did Corden, right? Since you met him.
oh yeah, I didn't bring that up, I
Oh
forgot to.
no.
But it's in my intro, so I think so I go on stage, and everybody comes up with me, and I'm like, oh, this is normal. They'll watch like the first two jokes, and then they'll go downstairs and chat.
By
and
everyone,
uh
you mean Rory, Brian, and your
and
friends?
Lisa,
Oh,
Eric, all of them, and I had no friends at the second show last night.
oh,
So
gotcha.
I go on stage, and I'm doing my set, and it's not as fun as the Friday show, but they're still fun, and I'm having a good time. I'm doing all new stuff that wasn't on the album, uh, and then like maybe 15 minutes in, I hear Lisa's laugh,
Oh wow.
and I was like, oh my god, they're still there
They're still
watching.
watching. Wow. They
And
haven't all watched you in a while, I feel
they
like.
yeah, they watch like the first couple, and that's fine. They watch the first couple minutes, and there's usually speakers in green rooms and theaters, so they probably listen, but they don't watch, because you got to get in your head for your part.
Yeah.
So I get off stage, and Lisa's there, Rory's there,
Oh my God. They watched
Rory's
the whole thing.
assistant Eric, and Brian. When I shook his hand, he was like, great job. and uh
Whoa.
and I go in the green room, and Rory comes up to me, and he points at me, and he goes, you. And I was like, oh god, I did something. He
Oh,
goes,
that's good.
you have grown so much as a comedian in the last 6 months. It's crazy. He's like, you're so
Six
much more.
months.
Yeah, he's like, you're
My
so much
God.
more, so much more confident. He's like, you were fearless. He's like, it was incredible. And I was like, oh my god, thank you. And I'm just like shaking. And
Yeah, because he's I don't think he's ever
I
talked to
don't.
you before. So I mean,
Yeah. He's like, man, maybe you can open for Will Julian someday. And
I'll put in a good word with WJ,
Big WJ,
Big Willie.
Big Willie. And the last thing is last thing, we go back to the bar place after. Bowie just entered the room.
Uh-oh.
And we go back to that restaurant, and we go in that secret room that's in the confessional booth,
Uh-huh.
and the waitress comes in, and goes, now if you guys are interested, there's a safe in this room that you guys can crack, and there's some treats in there for you guys
Whoa.
if
That's
you
so cool.
want to do it. And I was like, oh my god, yeah, let's do it. And they're like, the secret combination is somewhere in this room.
Oh, okay.
And she
You didn't
looked.
have to have like a stethoscope and
Nah.
like
Yeah,
crack your knuckles.
and a stick of gum. So and the shoes, like in the Dark Knight.
Oh yeah. Or you have like a big drill like in Die Hard 3.
Or the black guy in Die Hard 1 that only that only cracks the safe and gets hit by the car or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Um, so there's the combination on the pipe. There's like all these numbers on this pipe, and they're in a different order. They're backwards. They're upside down, and the entire dinner we're trying to crack this thing. There's like everyone's hanging, and then one person leaves to try, and then comes back. And
That's awesome.
no one can get it open. And each time the waitress comes in, she gives us another clue. By the end of the night, she gets on her knees next to one of the people and tells them what to do, and it still won't open.
Oh no.
So a manager comes in and finally opens it for us.
Oh
And
wow.
in this safe,
Let me guess.
Okay, you get
sugar-free Red Bull.
okay.
I'm kidding.
I want you to make a that was pretty good. I want you to make a guess that, and there's about 5 or 6 things in there. So
okay, Skittles, M&Ms, gummy bears,
okay,
mini Snickers, Diet Coke, and one Bud Light.
okay, all right. Now let's reiterate who is the comedian that is in there with me.
Okay, I didn't know it was custom tailored. All right,
No,
so
it's not custom tailored.
Okay, it's Brian Regan. Yeah,
and what is he known for? What is his style?
Peach
of comedy?
schnapps before the show.
No. What's his style of comedy?
Clean.
Okay, so in this safe was a butt plug.
Oh God.
A vibrator.
What?
Handcuffs. A like French tickler thing.
Oh my God.
A multi-sided die.
I was way off here. I'm way off.
A multi-sided die, a deck of cards, and a bottle of wild turkey.
Oh my God. Clearly my safe is different.
Yeah, you lock up stuff that people put in their snack drawer.
I lock up stuff that is given away free at a doctor's office.
So everyone's laughing at the handcuffs and the vibrator and all that, and there's this multi-sided die. Now I'm the youngest guy there. Everybody there, and I'm not making fun of them, needs reading glasses.
Okay.
So the guy's like, "Oh, that's like a multi-sided die," and they're like, "I think it's for World of Warcraft or whatever, or what's the
Dungeons and Dragons."
Dungeons and Dragons, and I go, "Let me see that," because everything else is sex related, and I pick it up, and every picture on the die is a sexual position.
Oh God.
And
did the room laugh when you found it out?
The room laughed, but Brian goes, "Oh my God." And I go, "What?" And he's like, "I almost took that for my son who plays Dungeons and Dragons."
Hey, that'd be a dicey. It's a dicey gift.
Oh, it was so weird. Just all this sex stuff, and it's 2 clean comics. They're all adults, all parents. We're all dressed nice.
My God, Brian almost took that to his son.
Oh man, they probably thought the butt plug was a wine stopper.
The French tickler, they're like, "Oh, good. I have my apartment's dusty."
Handcuffs. What are we going on a night watch?
Honey, we can use this to hook up the Christmas tree to the roof of the car.
Oh, a muzzle for the dog. So the most innocent people, like it's a clean show, so it's not like we talk about this stuff all together, and then all that stuff is just put on the table.
Oh my God, who's taking it out?
Rory brought a friend who was this big muscular guy, and he goes, "Oh, there's all this stuff in there." and they didn't know what the vibrator was at first. It was just this weird moment at first where we're all like,
Thank goodness for that
so
big muscular
obviously,
guy.
all that stuff stayed behind. We didn't take any of it.
It's like that David Tell joke where he goes to like an adult store with his friends and they all laugh, and then he comes back later at night to buy it.
Yeah, I went back. It was closed. They put it back in the safe. Oh man, yeah. So that's what happened to me.
Oh, that's great. That reminds me of um so on this weekend in Iowa, like the first like I did a bar show on Thursday, and it's called Teehees,
Yeah,
like Tehee,
yeah.
and I had to put that in the lift from the airport to Teehees. So this guy picks me up who's like older and like clean cut, and like he looks like he's like a CEO, and he's like, going to Teehees, huh? I'm like,
Oh
yeah. He
boy.
goes, do you do comedy? And normally I'm like, no, but I literally have my bags and stuff. So I go,
Right.
and it's a 10-minute drive. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going to Teehees. And he goes, I just had the first comedian I met was this week, and I picked her up 2 days ago. She was also going to Teehees. I'm like, oh, that's a weird coincidence. And I'm like, well, look out for my buddy Steve. He's coming next week. So I don't know. The conversation was fine. So then on Friday, I'm getting a ride from this crappy airport I booked, or crappy hotel I booked to the hotel the club got me. And the guy picks me up, and we're halfway there, and he goes, so business or what? And I go, and I don't know if I'm stupid, but I was like, I'm doing comedy at the Funny Bone. And
Oh
it was literally
boy.
like the worst thing I could have said to this guy.
Okay, let me guess. He told you jokes the entire ride.
I wouldn't say tell. I would say demand I say them,
Oh
lecture me on
no.
comedy. It was the worst ride of my life. Yeah. It was like the
Please,
worst case
please.
scenario of telling an Uber driver what you do.
It was you'd rather fall again.
I'd rather fall, honestly. He was like, yeah, you got to open with something like shocking, like shocking, like say, get on stage and say you were driving backwards on the highway, 80 miles an hour. And I'm like, yeah,
Who does
I don't
that?
know.
What comedian has ever done anything like that?
Yeah. And nobody ever. And I'm like, did you see this or hear about this? He goes, no, that's what I would do though. I'm like, okay.
Mhm.
I don't think I could just say that. It would be pretty weird. He goes, well, you got to have a joke after. I was like, oh, sorry. I forgot about the 80-mile-an-hour driving backwards joke.
And yeah, you came back with now if I was an Uber driver, I would mind my own business.
Yeah, I would shut the hell up. And then he's like, what do you open with? What do you talk about? And I go, I just talk about myself. And he goes, that's boring. Well, you got to talk about. He immediately doesn't even hear whatever I would say. He just cuts me off, says that's boring, and then says, I think he said you had to drink your own pee or something. He said,
What?
he's like, you got to say like you pooped in your pants. It was like so gross. And I was like, yeah. I was like kind of mad. I'm like, if I got in your Uber and I just started talking about how I pooped in my pants, would you laugh or would you be scared and confused? He goes, like I say, you gotta have a joke after that. That's why you shouldn't give me a joke. You don't have a joke. You're just saying stupid stuff. You're saying stupid stuff. That's not stand up. That's just random stupid stuff. And he's like, I think you got some potential. I know you're just starting out. Didn't even ask me how long I've been doing it.
He hasn't seen anything
He does.
that you've
He hasn't even
done.
heard a joke. He just heard I talk about myself, but she doesn't
I think
like.
you're gonna make it. You're in my car, and you're a comedian.
No, but he was talking to me like I have a long way to go. Like he's
Oh.
talking to me like I'm horrible because I'm not talking about pooping my pants and eating my own poop or whatever he wants.
Oh,
Literally. And then I got out of this. He had a minivan. I got out of the minivan. He's like, call me. I'm like,
what?
what? I'm like, huh? He goes, if you become famous, I want to tell people I have your number. And I should have just left, but I'm trapped.
Oh, you called him.
He made me put in his phone number and press, and I would just delete it, but he made me press call. And then he's like, stay in, and I'm getting out. He's like, hold still. And he took a photo of me and he saved it. And he asked me what my name was. I made up a name at least. But
Please, I can't wait to hear this name.
I was similar. I think I said Andrew Shalom. Because I had to be give it an S, and I just blanked.
You said your name was Andrew Shalom.
So if an Andrew Shalom becomes popular, I'm getting a phone call.
You picked you picked a Jewish you picked a Jewish word.
Well, rhymes.
Oh,
Man, it literally like ruined my day. I'm like, God, the guy was
I
such a
bet you
jerk.
I bet you he goes, you know what? All comedians are Jewish.
Probably, yeah. Well, he's gonna watch Seinfeld and be really upset that he's not talking about pooping and throwing it out a
Yeah.
window.
You guys ever notice that when you drink your own pee?
What's the deal with drinking your own pee?
Hey, I'm just trying to drink my own pee.
Oh man, it was so bad. It was so bad.
So I was driving backwards down the highway, 80 miles per hour.
Backwards. What? What do you do? What? Imagine that this comedy act that he envisions as the ultimate act. It would be. I don't know what.
This guy sounds like he's an escaped mental patient that got a car, and you got in the wrong.
I feel. Yeah, he just. Maybe you're right. Yeah, this guy is. He assumed the identity of a missing hiker and is fleeing the authorities, and just so happened to pick me up.
Oh man.
Because I was standing outside an airport hotel with a neck pillow. Oh my god! So I also looked insane with the neck pillow, so that's why I thought.
Are you wearing the neck pillow on you when you travel from thing to thing? Not
No.
okay. All right, good.
It has a snap. I snap it.
Okay.
I don't even wear it around my neck on the plane. I put it like because it has a horseshoe, so I put it on the side of my head and then like lean against the window.
Yeah,
and it's working. I was zonked out.
You're a window seat guy, even though you have to pee.
If it's morning, I will.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh man, and then I lucked out. No one next to me on the flight. Oh man, no better feeling.
Really? Not a lot of people going to Des Moines?
Man, that feeling when you're just looking at that empty seat and then like, no one else is coming in. You're like, is this going to really happen?
One time I had a 3-person row to myself and the row next to it.
Dude, wow. That's the dream. I would have actually had that, but this woman didn't want to sit in the escape exit. So they moved her to the other row and I was pissed. I was so close.
You hit the call button. Yeah, can she go?
Could she man the escape exit? Yeah, that's
I'll verbally confirm for her. She'll do it.
Yeah, she can do it.
She'll do it.
Yeah, the two double row is like the perfect game pitch in a baseball game.
It's
like the odds of it are so impossible.
It's rare, but it's beautiful.
I'd rather have that than Comfort Plus. I'd rather have
Oh yeah, I agree with that.
You'd rather have no one next to you than somebody next to you and more leg room.
No, I take that back. I'd
Oh,
rather have
really?
more.
Because I
Yeah.
put my carry on under the other seat. And I had more leg space.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I guess you're right. You switched me. You took me. You you pulled me right back in.
Because I could
Uh,
have upgraded to Comfort Plus for $30, which I never seen
right.
before. That's pretty low, but
It
I'm
is
like,
really low.
but I'd have to sit next to somebody else, and I was like, oh, yeah, they're just
They should make it if your row is empty to call back to the baseball perfect pitch. Like everybody gets free Chick-fil-A.
Oh, does that happen at games?
There's something at games. My
There's a
dad will know what I'm talking about, but like if somebody makes a certain amount of home runs, I almost said hormones.
that's what that was in that safe.
I wanted to run home when I saw the contents.
There's a
But
knuckleball, shortstop.
it was the name of all the toys.
Yeah,
The dugout,
the dugout,
the foul ball,
the ball bag,
the bat boy.
ball boy, or is that tennis?
Oh man. But yeah, anyways. Uh if you get something at a game, everybody got free food. I got free Taco Bell or something like that. It's pretty
Oh,
great.
nice.
Yeah.
I think I remember that. Maybe there was something like that. I know what you're talking about. There is something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Oh man.
You know what? Because you know what it is. It's sometimes the games, like you said, Taco Bell. The games are sponsored by a company.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So I think when the Baltimore Orioles to give out free pizza or something for, like you were able to call to Domino's and say there was a grand slam on free pizza. Just seems like a way to waste money.
Such a weird, such a weird phone call.
Yeah.
I'd rather call that Uber driver and say I got famous.
Oh, you man. If he didn't have my number saved, we could prank call him right now. That'd be great.
I mean, he doesn't have mine.
Do you want to call him?
I don't want him to have my number. I'll have to be like, it's Steve Dodgers.
Steve Dodgers, yeah. Steve.
Oh man.
Oh, so funny.
Well, anything else happened before we land this plane?
No, I think that's it. Yeah, that was all my anxiety. That was just one weekend. So
Oh man, so funny. Oh God.
oh, and one follow-up from the last episode. Remember I said that cleaning woman came in when I was changing on the last episode?
Yes.
So
Did you bring it up?
oh, I brought it up. Yeah. People were like, oh yeah. People didn't really seem to care. But then on Sunday, I get a knock on the door like at 7 a.m, and it's her again. And I go, hello? She goes, you said you were gonna be out of here. 7 a.m. I said, my flight got delayed 2 hours. Oh, I should have got your number. I'm okay. I'll wait in the parking lot. She just like went in the parking lot. Of course, I couldn't fall back asleep. I felt bad that she's in the parking lot.
This woman really wanted to get into that place.
Just get away. Get away. I've literally just caught up. I just caught up on sleep like Thursday from that whole weekend.
Right.
I had to fly out. I'm tired again.
Oh man.
Slept horrible all week, 4 days.
Oh, so funny.
So that's all I got.
Well, perfect. I don't have any follow-ups, but this was so fun. thank you everybody for listening to not just this one but all of our episodes, and for being so supportive and just amazing listeners. Who knows what the future holds, or all that stuff, but please don't be shy. Don't stop reaching out to us or anything.
Yeah, and if you guys are emotional and want somebody to talk to, the YouTube comments are pretty active, so you can go on there and talk to your fellow panickers about how you're sad it's over, or whatever you want. There'll be the panickers on there.
Yes, and yeah, start a support group.
Our Twitter too.
Yes,
we'll retweet whatever you tweet at us.
Yeah. This has been really fun, and thank you everybody for listening.
Yeah, guys. Like I said, thank you guys, and it was cool to grow all together, and we literally went through a phase of podcasting because it was all audio when we started, then it got to video.
Yeah.
So we.
I'll talk while whatever is going on with you is fixed. We started it 3 years ago. It was so fun. It was it are you just waving